as one misdiagnosis.
But one morning, when Alexa is 13 months old, Becky notices her seemingly healthy daughter behaving very strangely.
I went into the kitchen to rinse out her bottle, and I expected her to follow me. I look, and she's standing at the couch, and she keeps trying to take steps towards me, and she keeps falling down. And I watched her do it probably 5 or 6 times before she gave up and started crawling towards me and just gave me this look like, Mom, please come help me. Every couple seconds, her eyes would just dart back and forth very quickly and then stop and settle down. It really looked like I was watching something out of a horror movie.
Frantic, Becky rushes Alexa to the closest ER, calling Brooks on the way. And once the medical team takes over, the Jennings watch helplessly, hoping for some answers. CT scan.
Her brain looked to be normal. There wasn't any kind of tumor at all.
Her symptoms begin to mysteriously improve.
Her eye movement slowed down a little bit. She started to get better with the balance as well.
So we went on home, and she continued to improve. Even got back to the point of taking 5, 7 steps without falling.
The eye movements probably slowed down to about 10 minutes in between on average. We honestly thought, this is it. This is what she has. She'll continue to get better, and our lives will go on as if it never happened.
But just 2 weeks after leaving the hospital, Alexa suddenly takes a horrifying turn for the worse.
Her eye movements really picked up. They would just go insane in all directions, and we noticed the balance was getting much worse. She was having such a difficult time even sitting up.
It terrified me that the same symptoms that we started with were now back with a vengeance.
Before the worried parents have a chance to react, Alexa is blindsided by a frightening new symptom.
We put her into her high chair, and we noticed her extremities, her arms and legs, started moving uncontrollably.
Alexa seems to be undergoing a strange emotional change. And the intensive research pays off when the family finds a world-class pediatric neurology department 500 miles away in Houston.
Alexa spent the entire ride from Lubbock to Houston screaming, crying, literally trying to break out of the car seat.
Opsoclonus myoclonus syndrome.
Opsoclonus myoclonus syndrome.
Opsoclonus myoclonus syndrome, or OMS, is a rare autoimmune disorder. In healthy individuals, antibodies fight off viruses and infection. But in patients with OMS, antibodies mistakenly identify the body's own brain cells as foreign substances and begin annihilating them.
In Alexa's brain, the antibodies are attacking and destroying nerve cells. When individual nerve cells become damaged or die, that impacts our brain's ability to communicate from one area of the brain to the other, and that results in dysfunction of the brain. All autoimmune diseases like opsoclonus myoclonus syndrome are very dynamic. Symptoms can come and go, and they progress to the next stage of the disease.
The young parents are dumbfounded by the bombshell he's about to drop.
The commonest cause for this condition is a malignant tumor called a neuroblastoma. All of those tests were negative. We didn't see a tumor.
And that was music to our ears to hear no tumor was ever found.
But just because a tumor wasn't detected doesn't mean Alexa never had one.
Unfortunately, there is no specific cure for opsoclonus myoclonus syndrome.
It's definitely a breathtaking moment. You have to step back and, is this really what I'm hearing?
You always expect in modern medicine there's a cure for everything.
However, there are treatments that can keep her rare condition in check, and neurologist Dr. Angus Wilfong is anxious to get the toddler started on one immediately.
We use very powerful intravenous corticosteroids to stop these antibodies that are damaging intravenous immunoglobulin therapy, which gives you intravenous infusion of antibodies, and these antibodies will hopefully interact with the abnormal antibodies that Alexa's body is creating and slow the disease down.
We were just hoping we were coming out of the bottom of the barrel where we had been and way up.
That afternoon, Alexa begins her first round of medications. And after 11 days in the hospital, Dr. Wilfong begins to finally see signs of improvement.
Which is improved as her coordination did. She still had abnormal eye movements, but they were much less noticeable. She really made remarkable progress.
Confident the treatment is working, Dr. Wilfong sends Alexa home, where her parents take over administering the medication.
A month into her daily steroid injections, she was listening to some music and stood up and started dancing. And I hadn't seen that in a really long time.
That was my little girl that I knew. It let me know that things were going to be better.
And Dr. Wilfong is optimistic about Alexa's long-term prognosis.
Damage to the brain can have lingering developmental effects. Fortunately, Alexa is very young, so we're hopeful that she has the greatest capacity to recover from.
Today, just 9 months after receiving the diagnosis, Alexa is on her way to a full recovery, with her parents monitoring her very carefully.
The biggest thing we have to be concerned with are germs. She's immunosuppressed, and the slightest little cold for anyone could be detrimental for her because she has no immune system.
But vigilance is a small price to pay to see their daughter happy and healthy.
Alexa is a toddler on the move. Her shaking is completely gone. Her eye movements are completely gone. Cognitively, she's as sharp as can be. It really does feel like having a little girl back now.
Alexa has come a long ways. The smile is back. The laughing is back. She's got about a dozen words that she'll say to us. We are thrilled.
I want other families to know it's up to you as the parent to be an advocate for your child. If things aren't getting done, step up and say something about it because nobody else is going to step.
Thank you for watching. Make sure to like, comment, and subscribe. Hit the notification bell to know when I post a video, and I'll see you next time.